So I hit 10K a month at 17 years old. I dropped out of high school, and now I'm 18, making multiple 5 figures a month. And one big reason as to how I achieved that is utilizing one really underrated thing. And what is it? Well, let me tell you. The human brain works in one really weird way. If you want to become good at something, you need a reward. Because think about it, how are puppies trained? They do some trick after a command, like given a command, and guess what? If they do it, they get a treat. So that's how you teach them good behaviors. Now, I'm not trying to sound nerdy. I'm trying to tell you what actually helped me, become substantially wealthy at such a young age. So the human brain needs rewards, treats, you could say. You are like a dog. That doesn't sound nice, but you truly are like a dog. You need to be, how do you say it? Basically, you need treats for doing good behaviors. So, me, growing up, I was a gamer, right? I played video games all day, I ate junk food all day, I was really fat, I didn't have any friends, all of those things. I wasn't built for entrepreneurship naturally, you could say. No one would have ever imagined that I would become an entrepreneur, but guess what? I did it. How? Feedback loop. I treated myself. So I started my business around 15 months ago, and I'm a person who is really dopamine driven, and if I were to guess, you probably are as well, because if you're somewhere around my age, I'm 18, if you're somewhere from like 0 to 25, you're probably really dopamine motivated as well, and it is because you were raised by, consuming a lot of dopamine, television, video games, all of those things. So again, I'm a person who is really dopamine driven. So the feedback loop that I gave to myself is, after I did some task that is really that drives the needle forward, something that is productive. For example, I would read a book, I would send out Instagram DMs to potential clients, I would watch an educational video, whatever. Whenever I did something that benefited me, I would reward myself. And I would do that with, whenever I started my business, I would do that with, let's say, video games. If I read 50 pages of a book about marketing and actually learned something, because I would test myself. Reading and educating yourself overall, only for the task of only for the purpose of educating yourself, but not learning anything, that is a waste of time. But if you actually learn something, then that's a good thing. And if you did a good behavior, you need to treat yourself so that your brain gets programmed to do that behavior even more. So what I would do is, I would read like 50 pages of a book, and if I learned something, I would test myself. I would go and play video games at the beginning of my business. I don't play video games anymore because that's a bad behavior, and video games are filled actually with a lot of positive feedback loops. For example, you kill a boss and you level up and you feel dopamine. You don't feel it, you kind of feel it, but your dopamine just skyrockets and you're saying like, oh yeah, I leveled up. I don't tend to play video games anymore because they just fuck up your whole drive. That's what I've noticed personally, at least. But yeah, I would read 50 pages of a book and I would go play video games. I would treat myself because I grew up playing video games. I loved playing video games. And honestly saying, if I were to play a video game now, I would get addicted. So I'm staying away from that. So what should you do after hearing all of this? Well, it's pretty simple. I suppose you want to start a business as well, or you already have a business and you want to scale it. Easy. Find the task, the productive task that drives the needle forward, which you're avoiding or which you're not doing enough of. For me, for example, recently it was landing pages. You could say I'm a copywriter, so landing pages is one thing that I really hated and I just couldn't force myself to learn. But what I did was I forced myself to create a landing page and I gave myself a positive feedback loop. I created a landing page and I made myself a huge ass tub of protein ice cream. No, it doesn't have any sugar in it, no nothing. It's just protein powder, milk, and ice cubes basically. And that shit is amazing. So I treated myself to that. And what I suggest you do is you find the task that you're avoiding or not doing enough of, which you know could actually help you a lot. You find that task, you fucking force yourself to do it because, dude, you need to value your future more than you value the present moment. Because, dude, you want to be rich, you want to be free, you want to be successful, and you want the people around you to be rich. Of course you do. So keep that in mind. And once you know that, and if you still do not do the task, you're a pussy. So do that task, force yourself to do it, and reward yourself. Treat yourself like a dog. I'm calling you a dog. Treat yourself to something that you like. Now, I highly suggest that your treat is healthy, because why ruin your health and all of those things? There's no point. Be like me. I treated myself to a tub of protein ice cream. That shit is pretty healthy. I mean, protein powder is pretty healthy, milk is pretty healthy, ice cubes are water. So I just ate that. And maybe you like something else. Maybe you like listening to music. Go ahead and listen to music, but I don't really suggest that you go and listen to, rap music and blast your brains out. Go listen to some score from a movie that you've liked a lot. For example, I don't listen to any music at all, but one that came to mind is Oppenheimer's score. Like, it's a really good soundtrack. I went completely off tantrum here, but that's how my brain works. So yeah, I hope this made sense to you. You need positive feedback loops in order to achieve success. Now there's another thing, negative feedback loops. For example, I don't know why this example came to mind, but imagine you're sitting in class. Well, this is basically how it goes. You're sitting in a classroom, the teacher asks you a question, you raise your hand, you give them the answer is incorrect, and they fucking punch you in the face. That's a negative feedback loop. You wouldn't want to neither raise your hand or answer questions or make mistakes after that. So negative feedback loops, not a good thing. Try to avoid them. But positive feedback loops, given you did a good thing, a productive thing, which drives the needle forward, and you positively reinforce that, that's a really good thing. So yeah, let me recap this video for you, because you probably forgot everything, because people's brains are fried nowadays. Recap. If you want to become successful, one thing that you should utilize is positive feedback loops. After you do a task which drives the needle forward, meaning it helps you grow your business or become better, treat yourself like a dog. Dogs need treats in order to learn tricks, and you could heavily benefit from quote unquote treating yourself, and that would, help you stick to that positive behavior easier, if that makes sense. It programs your brain to, you know what I mean. Use positive feedback loops. My brain isn't working. I don't know what's happening. I cannot speak properly, but I hope this video made sense, because this is a topic. You see, I cannot speak. Something's happening to my brain. I'm dehydrated. Shit. Use positive feedback loops. They help me tremendously, and I know that they will help you as well. Keep on killing it, brother. Go work on your business, and don't give up. Do not give up. You will feel like giving up, but you fail only when you give up. So don't give up. It's that simple. Alright? Got it? I hope so. I'm gonna go do some work. And yeah, you have a beautiful day. Bye.